why does it break my titles? No. Okay, so we're having a slight bit of technical issues here. So we're having a slight bit of technical issues here. Sure that it didn't mess up everything else. It does mess up everything else. I have to fix that. Sorry for the delay. Just all that good. Wait, one more thing. Two more things. There we go. Okay. Good. Good. Excellent. So. Oh, that audio is too high. Let's drop that down for you. Okay, so we're going to head into the second half. If you are not familiar, in update 56, they changed it. They changed it so that Temple of Elemental Eva is no longer 2 quests, it's 7. They split the first one into 2 pieces, and they split the second one into 5, 1 for each temple and 1 for Zagathmoy. So, we're going to take a look and see what they've done to the second half. I have a video up for the first half. Well, for the first half of the first half. And we will see just how well it holds up. But we're going to clear our bag briefly, and then we'll be on our way to explore the rest of the temple. Unfortunately, the guy in there. Oh yeah, and technically they retiered it to 34, I believe. 34. Used to be 30, now it's 34. So the first half is split. Split into the upper part, and it ends when you kill the Earth guy and get his key and go down the ramp there. And then the second part is, well, down the stairs. Air Temple, Water Temple, Fire Temple, and Falrinth. If you want lots of details, I just posted a YouTube video for that. Oh, interesting. It's entirely possible that I have messed up my notifications, because I've changed a few of the stream settings. I'm platinum capped and therefore can't sell things to clear inventory. That's alright. 12 spaces is enough. But yes, so I don't know exactly how the second part's going to go, because before you picked one of, well, okay, you didn't pick one of the elements. You were assigned one of the elements. But now it appears that you're going to have to do all of the elemental nodes. The other thing I don't know is what happened to the pyramid section. Oh, okay, so you can do any one of them? Alright, so that's the Zuggoth Moy quest giver, and I can't get in there. Do I have to do all of them, or can I pick one of them?
That sounds amazing.
We're just going to try fire. And we're going to do it on R5, because of course we are. But yes, as you may or may not have caught there, effective level 36.
Heat washes over you as you are transported into the elemental node.
So yeah, base level 34. And, you know, I think we'll put up resistance to fire here. Yeah, might be a good idea. Also, they completely redid the Nuking Cleric tree, so there's that. Okay, there's a stone tablet here now. Which is... Alright, so cleanse the Shrine of Flame, inspect the stone tablet. To honor her, you must walk the path. Fire consumes, follow the vortexes left behind, light the beacons, bring your sacrifices to the altar, do not come empty-handed. They are neither new enhancement trees nor iconics. They're kind of an in-between thing. You can start them at level 1. They're basically like a different class. Like, you're a cleric, but it swaps one or two of your trees for a different one. Like, it's not in addition to, like, you have a different tree. I have not done anything with the archetypes yet, though. Alright, follow the vortexes, don't come empty-handed. Light the beacon. So they have definitely made these, well, they have actual other quest things. So I need to follow these beacons, get my sacrifices.
Down they go.
You get a past life of whatever the thing is based off of. So, like, if you do the cleric-ish one, you get a cleric past life. Or at least that's the last thing I heard. As I said, I haven't looked into them too deeply. Light the gate beacons. Oh, okay, so it's actually not going to be just luck-based find the gem. It's going to be, like, you actually should be exploring and hitting all kinds of things.
Nice one.
So that makes this a little bit more interesting. But as you may have noticed, it's easier than expected because this is R5, and it is at the same level as the Isle of Dread quests. And it's not the same difficulty as the Isle of Dread quests on R5, or at least not so far. The night is young. We can still get absolutely destroyed, especially if I'm not paying attention and I just let stuff walk up and melee me. Of course, it doesn't help that I have a decent amount of fire damage, and, well... And that's a Famine Reaper. I think one of the biggest difficulty changes that I saw in the first half was that the elementals that are with Falrinth are, they're orange named now, not red named. So you can crowd control them, you can knock them down. So that makes them easier. Also, they're not in the monster manual anymore, so I don't know how much health they have. I mean, To be fair, before... Alright, so it said to follow the things. Follow the vortexes. And that looks like a vortex, so I'm going to follow it. Okay, we're going to follow the vortexes. Oh. Oh, hello there. Where did you come from? Oh, you know what? I probably have a free feat respec token. Because another thing they changed in this patch was you get completionist for free now at level 3. So I should be able to get another feat. Ooh, a gate beacon. Oh, that's a Vengeance Reaper. I think I killed the Vengeance Reaper. I did. This is fine. Oh, okay, it's probably more fine if I put up displacement. Okay. Gate beacon here. Alright, now we're going to keep following the things. I don't see any more things to follow, so we'll just go this way. So far the map doesn't look like it's changed. Or if it has, not by much. Why are the Hellhounds not taking that much damage? Oh well, this is fine. Everything is fine. Class completionist? Yep. 2 to all stats and skills. And I know skills isn't usually the top of the list, but that's 3 UMD at level 3. Okay, so...
field of slightly cooled lava lies in front of you, making the path ahead treacherous.
Hello, Omega Paladin. Welcome. Let's see. So they now just like straight up put a fire gate here instead of having to wander in and figure out that that was the way forward. So that is a little bit more understandable. All right, we're gonna follow the things because it said to follow the things. This was a bad idea. Some bad idea. Fortunately, one thing that can handle bad ideas. Oh, that's a circle. And thanks to Voodoo, I now know how to handle circles. I know my DDO shapes. Oh, interesting. I saw some recent changes about hosting in general going away because it's no longer useful or something like that. It's like, or was it raiding is gone in favor of hosting? It was one or the other. Or maybe that's just a proposed change, not one that's gone through, but I will look into that. Ah, okay, so it's not, you know, official hosting, it's just... Hosting is removed in favor of rating. Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw the long tweet thing about it. That's basically like, hosting was kind of a feature we slapped together because we needed something, and it wasn't very good, and rating is better basically for everyone for every reason. And they had some decent arguments for it, but I will look into that that setup you've got there. See if I can take advantage of it. Thank you for the offer. I am, of course, currently breaking rules in that I'm multi-streaming, just, you know, to see what will happen. Oh, interesting. That is a handy feature. I'm surprised there isn't, like, a broader plugin to allow that sort of thing. Though I wonder if it would be, like, just straight up abused by people going for, like, a straight follow for follow setup sort of thing. Okay. Just shrines here, but good to know in case we need shrines. We're gonna keep following the swirly bits. That's good. Oh. Well, heck, if you've identified a strength and you're going for it, that just sounds like an excellent plan all around. That's a Vengeance Reaper. Okay. They got one spell off on me after buff by the Vengeance, and it hurt a lot. I mean, it's not just a matter of the programming, it's a matter of identifying the need first. Like, I can program a bunch of stuff, but I've never really taken on very many projects because I tend to get stuck at the idea phase. But it seems like you have the idea phase down pretty well. You're like, hey, this is a thing that could be useful to people, and you had the skills, so you're making it happen.
Legendary.
All right, which way are the swirly things? Curious indeed. What's curious about that? Had you not really considered yourself kind of an ideas guy?
Oh, neat.
Ah, well that happens too. Actually, I suppose the other thing that tends to stop me when I have an idea is that I tend to, like, check and it's like, oh, yeah, there's already an open source thing that does that. And then I just use that. Because I'm not big on redoing work if there is a functional solution already. Oh yeah, I get that. I was up a little bit too late last night editing a video just because I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do with it, so I went through a couple iterations. I think it came out alright, though. It's a little bit more heavily edited than I usually do, because past videos, I didn't actually edit very much. I basically had stuff set up so that I did a oneer, basically. So if I, like, messed up partway through the run that I was trying to talk about, I would reset. So it made things easier from an editing perspective because, well, what do I do to edit? Well, it's basically just like a VOD, except that it's a VOD that I preset to make the video. Like, this video I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, so I essentially record it as if it were a VOD, but with the purpose of being a video. Oh, the improved thumbnail effort? Yes. It's also why the punching bag is a little bit further down. I needed it out of frame for my Godfather-esque attempt at a thumbnail. I have no idea if A, people will get it, or B, if I did it accurately enough for people to get. But I figure it's worth a shot. That is true. There are so many different things to try. This is different. I think they changed the map. I see what I missed. I missed the other branch off of the big room. Let's see. Do we want to go shrine? Nah. This place has always been generous with shrines. I shouldn't need it. Oh. SEO is tricky for a couple reasons, not least of which is that if people knew exactly how the algorithm worked, it wouldn't work. So they don't want to tell people exactly how it works, because then people are just going to attempt to abuse it as hard as possible. I mean, they attempt to abuse it as hard as possible anyway, but no need to make their job easier for them. Although I say they, but maybe that should be us. Okay, so there's still a lot of like nooks and crannies that are not on the main path, which is good. I like that aspect of the temple, that it was not so much a linear quest as others. Have you found anything like super interesting from the SEO yet? Besides, use the right tags at the right time, and what are the right tags at the right time? Who's to say? I mean, I know I was reading or watching something about, like, if you feel like your audience is going to be on at around, like, we'll say 5, you need to post whatever you're posting closer to, like, 2 or 3 to give the algorithm time to, like, notice it and start promoting it. But I don't remember which platform they were talking about. You think you may need to do a video? I mean, it sounds like a good topic. It sounds like a well-trodden topic, but I'm sure there are a lot of differing views, and a lot of the information is probably outdated because, well, this stuff gets updated constantly. Oh wait, did I already find all the things? Assuming... It's working out cross-interlacing, self-reinforcing based on footprint. I mean, we know that they didn't program the whole damn thing manually. We know that it has some sort of learning component. Now, what that component is and which algorithms and all they're using is probably very much an industry secret, because even if they started with standard machine learning, there is no way that Google didn't develop their own special thing in-house and has, like, more advanced stuff than just random. Compounds based on points of interest. I mean, that just... Now, you're using some keywords that I'm not sure that I'm thinking of the right way, but if I'm understanding what you're saying properly, then yeah, that is how it would have to work. It's like, you build profiles of the users, and you build profiles of the content, and then you match them up on as many points as possible. Excellent. As expected, we have a shrine before the portal, and there are guys ambushing us. Not so much ambushing us, as this is just guys who don't spawn until you get close to them. So it's not so much an ambush as just like their spawn animation doesn't get triggered until late. But yeah, I'll have to keep an eye out if you do a whole video both on what you have found from research and your own theories that you've come up with. So that sounds really interesting. Of course, I'm not sure I'm at the point to really leverage that very well, but we'll see. Yeah, by a bit more material, do you mean your own personal testing material, or do you mean the... Oh, I'm already being attacked just from walking through the gate. Okay, fine. Ah, okay, so you already have some testing. Interesting. It seems like it would be really hard to test Google's algorithm without a lot of data points. So I'd be interested to hear what your test methodology is, just from a baseline. That was the wrong button. He's immune to that element. Oh wait, does he summon these like deliberately at a fixed health point? That could be interesting. Maybe at like half-ish? Burning blood he's got is pretty nasty. Although mostly it's nasty after the salamanders spawn, because the salamanders are the ones who put this debuff on that makes you take a lot more from fire. Perhaps I should have actually put up my resist fire buff. There we go. Better late than never, because there's still a Freed over here. That's kind of buggy. If the boss aggroes as soon as you walk in the door, but his ads don't aggro unless you walk over to them. Like, huh. They're not doing a whole lot of good as ads. Okay. So that's where this ends. And we have a chest. Let's see if we get anything good. Nope. Okay, so this is where there used to be the way forward to Zagathmoy. And it is no longer. So now we're about to find out if we only needed to do one to unlock the quest to go to the end, or if we need to hit all four. Because we had unlocked all four elemental nodes just by talking to the initial quest giver. Ah, nope, still disabled. So it looks like we will need to hit all four of the elemental nodes.
That sounds amazing!
Alright, let's check out water. So as before, we're just going to buff ourselves up. It does take much longer, except I'm betting that you don't need to do them every time. That it's more of a flagging thing, and then you can run Zagathmoy on her own. But I don't know that for sure. We will find out. Okay, another stone tablet. Honor her, you ascend the path, follow the lights, light the beacons, bring your sacrifices, do not come empty-handed. Yes, yes. Beacons are lit. Unfortunately, I'm not playing Swim Cleric, so I am at a disadvantage here. Okay, so we're gonna follow these things. Oh, interesting. There's like a slipstream thing that I swam through it and it gave me extra swim speed. That's handy. Oh, ads from the side. But yeah, that dude just hit me for like 400. Yeah, getting meleeed for only 400 in R5 Temple, when it's 4 base levels higher, is a bit much. Or a bit of a nerf, rather, I should say. Like, this used to hit way harder. But we will see how everything else goes. I'm of particular interest is the Zugthmoy fight itself. That's where the real difficulty used to lie, and hopefully there's still real difficulty to it. And even if it's slightly less difficult, I hope that it kept a lot of the same mechanics. Especially because they removed the Mushroom Room from Part 1. Oh, rare spawn. You are going to drain a lot of my spell points. Oh, that is... If he... Alright, note to self. Keep him on that side of the water from me. Because if he goes on the other side of me, he might decide to walk into the water when he backs up to do his ranged thing, and then he'll evade out and heal to full. And that's just annoying. Nope, nope. I gotta be on this side, so you walk away from the water when you want to range me. There we go, away from the water. Gotta carefully herd this enemy so he doesn't accidentally heal himself to full. For the game mechanic. Because that's how all the best games do it. You introduce difficulty by making the mob AI accidentally abuse game mechanics to evade and heal themselves. Sounds like something out of some sort of bad anime that's like they've discovered that they're the NPCs and therefore that they can abuse game mechanics like that. Huh. Okay, so he has a giant trapped chest, which gave me nothing at all. Which is unfortunate. Let me dive. Thank you. Now, one thing I do like about these sections, how they've changed them, is the fact that, well, now they are more deterministic. You're not just hunting around hoping to randomly find the gem in one of the... Well, okay, the gem isn't completely random. It had fixed spawn points, but if you found it at the first spawn point versus the last spawn point that you checked, made a huge difference. So hopefully with this light the beacons mechanic, we can do things more, we'll say, deterministically. And I have noted that I am not going in the direction that they kind of told me I should be going. So we might just be doing side content. And I believe they said they added side content specifically that would help give extra rewards, or like the old rewards would be available through it. So we'll just see what happens when we explore. It appears that what happens when we explore this way is we get nothing, we lose. Good day, sir. So that's unfortunate, but there are other things that we can do, other paths to take, and we'll see where they lead. Unfortunately, I am not a water elemental or anything like a sorcerer or anything to that effect, so I'm not swimming extra quickly, nor am I a warforged, so I cannot breathe forever. But we will make do with what we have. Let's see. This is not the one that had the path all the way up, I don't think. So we'll just go this way. Alright, we're going to check that once more because it would suck to come back and be wrong about it. But I'm pretty sure this is just like a resting spot and not something that has ramps that'll take you all the way to the top of the shaft. Yeah, we'll just swim. So yeah, the water temple is always one that takes a little bit longer, or at least it was before, just because of the amount of swimming involved. And swimming in DDO is not particularly fast, and that's not really a DDO specific trait either. That's kind of a general MMO thing. Okay, we're gonna follow these rings. Ah, here's the big vertical shaft. I knew there was one somewhere around here. Refresh our short-term buffs. No ads? Oh, there are the ads. And there go the ads. Alright, so that is one beacon down. If it would stop shoving my camera through the wall, I would appreciate it. Oh no, I lost Featherfall. Okay, this area used to be much more complex, I'm pretty sure, so we will see... What is... Oh, come on, now? You're gonna make me fight against the current to get out? Is there another way out? Well, this is annoying. I wish I had a better swim skill instead of my, like, negative. 24. Still pretty bad, though. There's gotta be something else to this besides, like, have decent swim skill. Okay, we're gonna go with the flow here briefly. Clip into a wall in order to breathe. So it appears I can't get my camera above the water. But if they just straight up said it's like, haha, swim down here and then you're screwed, you have to swim against the current, like, I can't honestly believe that they would do that. So we're going to go back up here and see if there's another way out, like a little teleport out thing or something like that. There we go. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't see them forcing you to swim against the current for that long to try to get out. And I would totally have gotten naked if, for example, I had And we're able to take clothes off underwater. Unfortunately, you can't strip underwater. Oh, and there was a way up there as well. Okay. Wait, did you just message me on Facebook that they re-tiered this while I'm running it? Or is my phone like really slow on notifications? But yes, this did happen in update 56. Alright, so before... Ah, I see. So before that was the way to Zugathmoy, now it is clearly marked with a big gate. We will stay above the water for now. Because there are the mist things here. Did I put up my resist? I did, okay. Ooh, defense shrine. There are still shrines, but there are not other things. And by other things, there are no more crafting. There's no more crafting loot. That's a bunch of oozes. Okay. We're going to ignore that last ooze. But yes, we are going through here pretty easily so far, even though it is R5. And it is, in theory... Wait, what is that? Oh, that's Despair. It's dead. And this is despite the nerf to Holy Smite. Because Holy Smite got a pretty big nerf bad taken to it. They really, really dropped its base damage. Soft landing on the D&D content would be best. I'm going to guess 1-1. And yes, I can totally see that for longer term, but the game that I have so far mostly played just dropped an update to the content in that game that I had played the most. So I'm in a position where I feel I can speak at least with some authority on the changes made. So that's what I have planned for my next couple videos. Yeah. But no, it makes a certain amount of sense, because a first impression is very important. So the first level that everyone sees is going to need to be the one where you bring the most of your experience to bear, as opposed to, say, for example... Alright, so does this one have a teleport out as well? No? I guess not, because it doesn't have a current that brings you here. But yes, gateway content to access specialized content. Yeah. Okay. there's one more beacon. If I were gonna put the last beacon, where would I put it? I wouldn't put it here, because we had one here, we had one here. Over here is the way forward, so I'm betting the last beacon is south, just so that they could use the most amount of map efficiently. So it's not only the content that will get you, that the most people will see, it's also the content that introduces people to the rest of your content. If you don't like the first level, you are very unlikely to make it to World 8. I am familiar with the concept, though it has been a long time since I have done any sort of game design classes. That is way, way higher than I would have expected. I would have expected closer to 5% to make it to the end of the game. Like, even if you just base things off of, say, like, Steam's metrics on that they can use for stuff like, oh, what is it? Like, where they can use achievements to see, like, how far people get in most games. Most people don't get very far in most games. I've got a ton of games in my library that I haven't gotten very far in. But yes, broad strokes, most people will not see most of the content. Did I kill everything? Okay, I did kill everything. It's safe to kill the vendors. Unless there were some hiding slimes, in which case they're about to one-shot me. Oh, I missed a message. Huh, interesting. I hadn't even considered that as a as like a mainstream option, even though I have done it myself. Like, for example, I have watched a variety of people play through the oh, what is this? Can I not get back the other way? Okay. Must be a teleporter up here somewhere then. But yeah, like, I've watched FF14 Savage Raiding, and I've only done very little of it myself. Well, if they want to engage in difficult content and relax, then unfortunately the solution is to get good. And then from a game design perspective, you need to have a good difficulty curve so that people can make it to the difficult content while learning how to beat it without, you know, getting overloaded. And that's quite a challenge. Well, that also depends on what kind of game you want to make. Not every game has to be made for that. Or rather, let me walk that back slightly. Not all content in the game needs to be accessible to everyone that plays the game. Sometimes people are going to say, this is too hard, I'll watch someone else beat it. And I think that's an okay way to engage with the content. Not everyone needs to do the highest tier stuff. Heck, I watched the gameplay trailer for Bayonetta earlier today. It has a story mode that is literally, we will do all the combos for you if you press literally one button. Like, this is in the gameplay trailer. Turn on this mode if you want to just sample the combat and enjoy the story. Hit one button. I just found it funny because they made a big point to like literally say just one button, including cutting in footage of someone with their hand on the controller literally just hitting the A button over and over again. While the gameplay like shows Bayonetta flipping around and blowing things up. And that person, you know, they get a lower score. They're not going to get all the platinum idols. But that's okay for that kind of player. That's not what they wanted from the game.
A monstrous dragon looms ahead, filling your heart with fear.
The dragon? Wait, this reminds me of the end of... Oh, what is it? Was that one of the Reaver's Reach quests? Where there's a big optional at the end to fight the ice dragon? I mean, I know there are other ice dragons there, but I don't know if it's the one I'm thinking of. No, I'm thinking of, the other one. I'm thinking of Haunted Halls. Well, the DM did say filling your heart with fear, and it did cast fear on me. So, truth in advertising there. Fortunately, I am immune to fear, but if I weren't, that would suck. Let's just keep strafing so we don't get hit by cone attacks. These guys out. Okay, so this guy's got 350,000 health. So about twice as much as an Earth Elemental in Part 1. On the same difficulty. Alright, your ads are much more dangerous than the last circle's ads. Between the spray from the water elementals and the Sahuagin. Last guy only had like the 2 salamanders and then the guys who never actually aggroed. This guy is actually like doing stuff. Okay, stop that. Oh, that's elbow range. That's not good. Okay. Over a third of the way there. And we're just gonna keep wearing him down, keep managing to not die. That is the most important part. He'll die eventually. Yep. Something hit me hard enough to bring me low on health and trigger my emergency button. Yeah, this guy continuously summons ads. His ads are harder. Alright, we're gonna try to finish you off. Knocked down. That's not good. I should not have walked near the dragon's tail. Especially because it leaves a move speed debuff. Oh, and his ads despawn when he dies. So, future strategies. Maybe, just maybe, don't do it that way. Maybe focus him instead of trying to take care of ads.
I can't believe we did it.
Alright, so Water Temple, I think just based on the boss alone, was significantly harder than Fire Temple. Even though Fire Temple has a lot of guys that are immune to my fire spells. So that's tricky. Yeah, so that is 2 down. 2 to go. And then, of course, Zogatmoy. Yeah, we'll take more Heart Seeds. We're going to leave air for last, because air is terrible. Yeah. If we die, we die. I was considering getting more reagents so that I could actually have, say... Oh, what is it? Death Pact. I don't have any large diamonds left. So I needed to go buy like a big stack of those. Alright, so I'm betting that I need to activate 3 altars and then kill a boss. And I base that off of, well, that being exactly what I've had to do the last times.
The sound of cracking stone echoes around you.
Oh, look, a stone tablet. Is it going to say, you know, don't show up empty-handed, etc., etc.? Do not wake Higher Lagos, lest the old worm claim your sacrifices or lives. So, mark well the poisonous lights. So, follow the lights, light the beacons. I don't know what it means by sacrifices, is the thing. I wonder if there's an optional thing somewhere that I'm not understanding. Stupid gray users. We're gonna ignore you for now. You'll show up eventually. Really gonna give me a healing debuff? How rude. Incredibly rude. Okay, and yes, I am disrespecting it. Okay, we're gonna kill these guys now. Not because I'm worried about them on their own, but because there's a Despair Reaper over there, and I don't feel like trailing a bunch of guys behind me as I have a Despair Reaper on me. It's a shame these guys are immune to fire. You hit a little harder though. 500? Is that... Wait, was that Vengeance or Despair? It's Vengeance, because of course it is. Okay. Well... He did hit me with Horrid Wilting, and I didn't die. So that's always a good sign. That's a winner in my book, any day. Oh look, a Famine Reaper. Look, a dead Famine Reaper. Okay, a Vengeance Reaper. Can I single pull you? No, you got Mephits with you. Fortunately, Mephits are pretty easy to snipe. Nope. That's a circle. We know better than to stand in circles. Alright, excellent. We're gonna ignore this guy. Because we want to AoE him down with his buddies here. Now, I do kind of miss having my Flame Strike SLA, because it was nice to have basically a free knockdown on command. But I suppose I could just use my non-SLA Flame Strike if I really wanted to have that functionality. That said, it's still going relatively smoothly, even with me disrespecting it. But yeah, this is the same level content as Isle of Dread, and we're in R5, so it shouldn't be this easy, or maybe it should, but it is. Like, this is pretty clearly easier than it was before the changes, despite the increased level on it. Or, well, we'll see when we get to the boss. And by which I mean the boss of this stage, because the boss of last stage was really the spiciest bit we had of that. Like, it's not quite so easy that I'm gonna disrespect it by, like, multi-pulling everything and trying to AoE it all down. But it's still not, like, not super, yeah, not super, concerning for me yet. Yes, yes. We will not let the Fury live. Nope. I did disrespect them enough that they popped my extra life. Where are we going? There's green there, there's green there. Okay. Oozes. Fire immune oozes too. Okay, this should be... Okay, so it's got a green thingy, which means it's the way forward. I feel like it might be trapped. Oh, apparently not. Well, the trap was that I walked right back into the oozes. So, for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, the new tree for Divine Disciple is pretty interesting. Before you chose black or you chose dark or light and you progressed over. Now you get to choose a balance between dark and light. Like, you can choose light and you can choose dark, and you can basically take the first 3 light cores and the first 3 dark cores, like, coming from opposite sides. Or you can choose to take, like, 4 light cores and 2 dark cores. And if you have, and there's stuff in this tier 5 that won't let me show it, but that, like, you need in order to get Word of Balance as an SLA, or no, not even as SLA, as in your spellbook, you need to have dark and light, which means if you want Word of Balance, you need to give up your capstone, which doesn't seem like a good trade-off. Fortunately, it's one I don't seem to have to make, because as I haven't respec'd since the patch, I have Word of Balance in my spellbook without having to take that. So I might be at an unfair advantage at the moment. Oh, that's a Carnage Reaper that came up from behind me. Don't know where you came from. Wonder if there were oozes or something behind me. This is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. But yeah, so that's an interesting, we'll say, mechanic or like build thing. I'm not sure exactly how it'll work out. I haven't played around with it much. There was nothing I saw in tier 5 that was really gonna sell me on the whole, it's like, yeah, this is better than a capstone. The more interesting thing was on the dark side of stuff that you could get basically to all elemental crit, and then like the only one was the top level that gave you like 2 more spell levels. But it gave him to like all elemental and force spells, but not like light spells. So I guess if you were going to be like pure fire cleric, you could do it that way, which is interesting. So it opens up some build opportunities there. What is down this way anyway? I don't see any of the things and stuff. By things and stuff, I mean the poison clouds. So is this just a collectible? Yep, just a collectible. Oops. I probably should have followed directions. Alright, so that was the beacon. Beacon. Go down this way though. Maybe there'll be something here. Maybe? It's a set of shrines! Hooray! And Will Wheaton.
We played at PAX.
Wheaton speaking very quietly with my current audio balance, in fact.
To be in front of a sold-out, massive theater, packed with people.
Okay,
who
so
loved the game and loved the characters and cared about it as much.
I'm gonna head
as
this way.
And
We still need to
for
find
me
2 more
as
beacons.
an actor, it gave me an opportunity to bring the character of Aofel.
Let's see, which direction do we need to go? This is beacon we found before, so we're gonna head back this way and turn left. We are an ambi turner. We can in fact turn left. We can turn right, we can turn left. We can turn all kinds of ways. Or maybe we'll go up here and turn right. As I mentioned, we are an ambi turner. Oh look, a green light thing. Look, I'm doing that thing I said I wouldn't, which is disrespecting it enough to just double pull. I guess I played too much FF14. It's like, what do you mean we're only pulling one group at a time? Okay, gonna keep heading this way. Oh, this is... Oh, right. I see. I just attacked something randomly, and it was a guard. And I have activated the optional content, which is fight this dragon. Okay, this was a bad idea. Or maybe it was a good idea. We'll find out here in a second. Okay. Step 1. He summoned ads, including double Plague Reaver, so that's not great. Alright. Okay, so he does poison damage. Oh, that is a lot of health. And that Watcher construct is pinging me from across the room. Oh boy, this is a problem. Okay. So the Watcher construct pinging me for 500 force damage a shot is not great. Alright, so we have a regularly summoned set of elementals, which is not too hard to deal with. We just got roll and die. Okay, so there's Watcher constructs. that I want to ping down. Because I don't want to fight them at the same time as the dragon. Okay.
Legendary.
Yeah, this is the problem. Howard's done for 2 seconds, this is fine. I do want the Vengeance Reaper far, far away from the dragon, though. Earth Elemental, not ideal that it got the Vengeance buff, but it's not the same as that 500,000 health dragon getting it. Okay, alright. Why did that... It hit them, but it didn't hit them. Okay, so my main concern here is basically getting hit by a couple things at once. Like, none of this stuff I'm worried is going to one-shot me, but there's enough stuff here that can do, like, somewhere around a quarter of my health that I don't want to get hit by like 3 or 4 of those at once, especially if there's the dot going. Yeah, see, like the like I got tagged by a Watcher construct there at the same time that I got hit with Cyclonic Blast. And those both did like 600-ish damage. Of course, worst case scenario, I get crowd controlled by one of these at the same time while I'm in line of sight of everything. Okay. Alright. We're gonna hide for a little bit and try to get this poison dot to drop, because it's ticking for a lot. Now, I think I could just run by. Like, that is another option here. I don't technically have to kill him, even though I aggroed him, because I can just leave. Like, I can't, like, leave as in just go back the way I came because I need to go through this room. Or at least I think I need to go through this room. But I think that I can just, like, run to the other side past him. Like, in that section where I already took out the Watcher constructs. Alright, we're gonna wait another 10 seconds for this dot to drop off. And then we're at least going to explore the possibility of going to the other side of that room. And we're going to hit some defensive buffs while we do it. Okay, dot's gone. So there are Watcher constructs on this side there. Ah. Didn't dodge it correctly. soul, this is fine. I'll just wait for myself to heal up a little bit. Use SLAs. Oh, right, hero soul. Auto heal, of course. Okay, gonna refresh this, gonna refresh this. Do I have... no. I need to resist poison. Acid and poison are not the same thing. Gonna wait another 3 seconds for that to wear off. Then we're gonna pop back out, hit some more cooldowns. That's a Watcher construct. That's what I get for tab targeting. Hit something across the room, which will now be aggroed on me, and dealing me more damage every time I peek the dragon. Just gonna sit here and face tank to try to get a full big rotation of damage spells in. Okay. Well, we did a lot of damage. But we're running a little bit lower on spell points. So we're going to back up a little bit, and we're going to get ourselves some extra spell points while we wait for our dot to fall off. Note that the dot is now overpowering our mantle healing, so that is a bit of a problem for us. I mean, it's not a huge problem, I can still heal, but it was enough to proc Stalwart Pact, so that's always special. Alright, but now we've used up our Ring of Spell Storing. Yeah, so I really need to not let that stack all the way up to 6. Fortunately, the dragon is below half health. So we are we're taking it slow and steady. I don't know about if we're winning any races, but we're certainly making progress. Took one hit. Alright, the breath did not hit us, so that's lucky. No souls. Alright, only 30,000 more. And there were 30,000 pounds. The dragon. Smite. If I die to Watcher constructs after I have killed the dragon, I will be very upset. There are 3 more Watcher constructs over there. They still just straight up ping me, it's just like, hi, here's 500 force damage. we're gonna use SLAs on them to take them down because I'm a little short on mana, and I don't actually know where exactly the closest shrine is. We could look at the map, of course, but, you know, maybe the map isn't telling us what we need to know, so that's a possibility. Wait, another one? I thought I killed all of you. Alright, looks like I can't count. Okay. What's in the chest? Is it trapped and kills me? No, but it does give me an epic mushroom cap, which is useless, it appears. It's a level 26 item. So this isn't one of the new items. I think that the optionals here are how you get the old items, because the new ones wouldn't be minimum level 26. Where's a shrine? All the way back there. Well, we have 2 sets of shrines we can retreat to if we absolutely need to. But I don't think we need to yet. We still have like 400 spell points. I mean, that's a lot, right? Right?
The sound of shifting stone reverberates.
Only a 2-second power word stun. This is fine. Right, as always, there's an adventurous pack up here. Oh, my initial long-term buffs from the beginning have worn off. Okay. Alright, so it might be time to shrine then anyway, because we spent so long fighting that dragon that our buffs have worn off. So yeah, we'll go back to shrine so that we can at least rebuff as well. Which one to go back to? This one, I think. So we're going to take a quick break to, you know, not have 0 spell points with us. Oh, that's a Watcher construct. Alright, that's the way forward. Got it. Got it. We're going this way. That's a lot of Watcher constructs for if you want to take the stealthy route through there and not wake up the dragon. So that's, that'll be a trick. Alright, where are we headed? We're headed back over here to get spell points and see what else they have done here. So hopefully the end boss is easier than the optional dragon boss, because he was a pain. So they have kept one set of shrines at the very beginning of the quest so that you can return back here.
Now's a good time to take a breather.
Because this used to be where you zoned in from the pyramid section. I'm still wondering where the pyramid section is. I wonder if the pyramid section leads straight to Zagathmoy now, so that they actually have something in that quest besides the Zagathmoy fight. That initial section with like finding the crest or 2, that they've moved that now to after the elemental nodes, which would be an interesting change up. These. We are going, yes, straight is correct. At least that's what they've been telling me in all the political ads. But yes, we are headed forward, forward. And we were headed this way because that's where the green glowy thing is. So we're going to continue headed this way, except this time instead of having, you know, say 3% mana, we have like 90% mana. So I think that puts us at a slight advantage from how we were before. That. Great Sundering, that's not great. Okay, well, I guess it's good for them, but there's Gate Beacon up there. Do I get ambushed? This feels like it'd be a good spot for an ambush. This used to be where one of the gems could be, too. So it was an easy one to miss if you weren't looking around or spamming Q. We need one more beacon. We know that the way forward is here, so I think the other beacon's going to be down this way. We'll explore off to the left here, though. Oh, look. There's a set of shrines right there. I could have just done that. So this is just for the lore optional, I suppose we'll call it. Yes, there are oozes here. I'm aware that I am in combat with the oozes. You don't need to have your scary combat music. We will be just fine without it. Thank you very much. Alright, so we're going to come back here, and then once we get to the Dragon Room, we will head straight south.
Where you encounter this wizard called Bargle, and you have to fight a rust monster, which is the evilest thing in the history of the creation of any Dungeons and Dragons thing ever. Because that was my very first...
Never mind, straight is the way to the thing, so we have to head off to the side a little bit.
This game and experiencing just how awesome my imagination had the potential to be.
Yep, this way. Yep, green swirly thing. So we know we're headed on the right track. It's like finding a vile henchman. That's how you know you're on the right track.
As the cavern ceiling drops ever lower, you can almost
Oh yes, Infernal Holes. Everyone's favorite enemy. Oh, that's Rupert. That's a lot of stuff, in fact. Oh, I took a wrong turn. This is not where I meant to be. Alright, so I ended up pulling like 3 packs. You know, no big deal. Tried to run and I went the wrong direction. Stop that, stupid Fear Reaper. But yes, still solo R5. That should have been fatal if this were, if it were at the same difficulty level as before. But it isn't, so it wasn't. Now, whether or not you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's a different question entirely. Personally, I liked the fact that it was sitting here as a ridiculously difficult thing. But I guess it's now just easier than Isle of Dread. I say, having not finished it, not knowing what the boss is like, and not knowing, well, not knowing a lot of things, really. Mostly not knowing how the boss fight will go. Both this boss fight, of course, for this node, and the Zuggletmoy fight itself. However, that was the last node. So now we will head to the end fight. We're not going to go down these side passages yet. We already did our big optional dragon fight, so I don't feel the need to explore this particular node any further. cruelty. Now you will notice that not all the crowd control is landing, so stuff's got okay DCs, or okay saves, I guess. My DCs aren't amazing though, so this isn't like, oh, they've got really high saves if stuff's not landing. It's like, no. My DCs are like okay at best. Like, what's my DC on this? Alright, you. Ah, another one. Why must you taunt me so? Stupid invisible oozes. Go away. Thank you. Alright, so where were we? Oh, yes. DCs. It does not say.
Nothing like a
We know that the
well-deserved
bosses tend to be
rest.
pretty healthy, so we're going to get extra health here. Or extra spell points to help us chew through all that health. But yeah, let's see. Yeah, save 78. 78 against reflex is not significant. I mean, it lands sometimes on some things, but it's not anything that anyone would call reliable. But we're gonna just head in here and see what boss is in store for us here. Looks like a big earth elemental with Mudman adds. This one, unlike the others, appears that he doesn't aggro until you get close. What? That's it? I say. As he absolutely wrecks me. Okay, so he is a very fast-moving, unkiteable earth elemental, which is not something that I expected. But I think as long as I, you know, maintain my composure, toss the occasional heal, and stagger my bigger heals a little bit, I should be fine. Especially if he takes breaks to turn around for some reason. That was the wrong button. Okay, so he looked a little threatening at first because he got some hits in. But it appears that as long as I'm a little bit careful and I keep my heals up, it's not that bad because I can just stand and deliver. He's not doing anything that I need to actually dodge. I can see that being more difficult for maybe other builds though.
We're going where? To do what? That sounds amazing!
It's a little interesting how so far 2 of the nodes have had the chest behind the altar, and 1 has had the chest on the altar. So that is an interesting twist, which leaves us with 1 node left before we head into the last part that has Zuggoth Moy in it. And that's the Air Temple. Maybe they made the Air Temple not suck as much. I'm not holding out hope, but it's possible. Possible that the Air Temple is not going to suck a lot. Not probable. If they've kept the layout like anything similar, it is incredibly improbable. But I can hope against hope that it will not be terrible. Maybe if they added some extra teleporters or something. Alright. Same one, R5, just like the others.
The winds whip around you as you are transported into the
Now,
elemental node.
the biggest annoyance in here before was wisps. Wisps are terrible, and I hate them. We will see if they are still a problem. And because there are wisps and stuff, we'll put up resist electric. We'll put up resist fire because they do the fire lance thing. We will put up resist cold because I think there's a cold dot, and acid just in case. Let me guess. There's a stone tablet. Oh yeah, it even says here, inspect the stone tablet. Look, wisps. Look, wisps that aren't taking much damage. Just spamming me with lightning. Whoever could have predicted such a thing? With me, I could have predicted such a thing. Do not bring your sacrifices, do not come empty-handed. Light the beacon, follow the light. Yeah, got it. Light the gate beacon. The gate beacons have opened. Okay. So we have light gravity. Okay. I see a light there. Alright, we're gonna go up the middle. You didn't need to go up the middle before because you could do that thing where you just interact in order to open things. But I don't know how all of that works now. So we're just gonna try to do it an intended way, or at least what I'm guessing might be the intended way. Look how little damage these things take. Oh, they have a lightning dot now. Tricky. Don't care about the invisible stalker. No, I'm just gonna run past the will-o-wisp. That is a rare spawn. And it's knocking me down. You know how much I love air elemental knockdown. It's my favorite thing. Fortunately, this one appears to be holding still, at least for short periods of time. So it's got that going for it, which is nice. I'm going to stand perfectly still and hope that it respects my personal space and just stands right next to me instead of chasing me. This seems like it's working out for me pretty well so far. That as long as I don't move, it doesn't move. At least not for a little while. Yeah. Alright, so this hasn't been too bad. And what's in the chest? Nothing of note. So as long as these harpies don't completely remove my ability to do anything, I'll be fine. But there were some harpies in part 1 that did the whole pacify thing. It's like, congratulations. Especially the group that spawned with a Despair Reaper. So it's just like, oh, so what is this group doing? Well, there's a Despair Reaper, and as soon as you pull it, you're gonna have full silence for 12 seconds. It's like, huh. Well, that wasn't what I was hoping would happen. Whoa, there was an Earth Elemental still there? I did not see it. There it is. I almost didn't see that circle. Alright, those are now Vengeance buffed Wisps, which are my favorite kind of Wisps. Fortunately, they were my second favorite kind of Wisp, which is low health Vengeance buffed Wisps. Alright. Follow the beacons. That looks like a beacon. That was a lot of damage. Oh right, the Mark of Law one was stacking up force debuffs on me. Okay. Well, that was a triple champion Wisp. Okay, wisps. Taking out wisps. Ooh, lost soul. I have combat music. What's attacking me? Anything? Nothing? Okay. Hero Soul Wisp. It's like the low health Wisps, except that when it gets low on health, it stops being low on health. Which means it's just a tease. It wanted to be my second favorite kind of Wisp. But then it was like, haha, no. I'm your worst kind of Wisp. The full health Wisp. The full health, extra resists, extra saves, extra damage sort of Wisp. Fortunately, there's a gate beacon here. So that is very beneficial. Alright, one beacon down, 2 to go. We just need to follow the lights. There are no lights down there. There are no lights over there. So we're not going to go those directions. Perhaps another time we will try to explore everything that this node has to offer. But that time is not this time. I do like how they made it much harder to get lost. Like, you put things so that you can see which way to go. It's like, you know what? I'm on board. That's right, that spell doesn't do anything. Okay, so there's a Vengeance Reaper over there, so that's tricky. So let's go with this. Okay, I think everything is out of range of it. Yeah, there's a harpy, but it was too far away.
Strong strong winds in this area threaten to blow you over.
Alright, so... yep, I see a light. Oh, griffins. Griffins can be a problem. At least I managed to crowd control one of them. But the other one, as you saw, got in close and started doing a lot of damage. Which is, well, it's something that griffins tend to do. It's nice that, like, and fairly efficient, you know, well, what are we gonna do to help people through this quest? Literally just put an emitter with some lightning effects along the paths that they need to go on. It's like, you know what? I'm on board. It's an easily understandable method. It doesn't rely on any special knowledge on the player's part. It's just like, what do? Follow the lights. Okay, yeah, but really, like, what sort of special thing? No, just follow the lights. Something hit me for 900. Alright, so there's not a light over there. There is a light down there, and there's stuff down there that's attacking me. So we're going to prioritize the stuff that is actively attacking me. So I believe there's a shrine up there, but the light says to go this way. So we're going to follow the lights. How many lights? I'm pretty sure there are more than 4 lights, but Card might disagree with me. Not that he's very popular these days.
Strong upward gusts of air make you feel as light as a feather.
Am I going to get ambushed here when I touch this? Traps, ambush, something? No, just hard to get to in the first place. Alright, I'm on board. Okay, so that's 1, 2. The third one should be south then, just based on how these layouts have tended to go. I am actually going to go this way, just in case. Because there used to be shrines here, and I could use a shrine. Hey, shrines.
A nice quiet moment for me to work on.
Do I need a shrine? Strictly speaking, no. We don't need the shrine. But it's nice to have a shrine. It means I can be more aggressive and not actually have to worry about spell points. So we just toss our buffs as we move. They apparently added a cooldown to Bless, and I don't know why. I'm assuming it was causing a problem in some way, but I have no idea what that problem might have been. So yeah, so... Well, okay, it might not actually be south. The other possibility is that south is the way to the boss room, and we need to head towards a different light. But let's see. We came from the light down there. That up there has the runes, so that's the boss room. This light over here means that's probably the light. And things are healthy and resist all elemental damage, so I'm just gonna ignore them. Like, oh no, I'm gonna pull Dungeon Alert from, like, these one-off, like, things. Like, no. I'm not gonna pull Dungeon Alert from just, like, skipping a couple wisps. Alright, so the light is straight ahead. Am I getting aggro from the sides? Not at the moment, but I might. So that might make this a little bit spicy if we suddenly get aggro from the sides. Oh, I am suspicious. Why was this one just like straight up out in the open? Like, oh, did the stuff pull from the sides, or is this stuff I skipped before? If it is the stuff from the sides, I think it's kind of cool that they put an ambush in. If it's just stuff that I accidentally aggroed and didn't notice, then it's just kind of weird that this one was just right there, out in the open. I mean, I guess you had to come higher up to get to this one, but still. Alright, so... There it is. That's the best way. I think going through the middle is the best way. I definitely can't make... I was going to say I definitely can't make it, but maybe I can. Can I start from higher up? No. Yes, we can make that. Griffins. Oh, I was slowed slightly from the Carnage Reaper too. Yeah, this is why the Griffins are one of the more hazardous things to fight, because it's just like, hi, would you like all the damage? Not really. Too bad! Fortunately, we were in range of the shrine. So I pulled two groups, got slowed slightly by the Reaper, did not manage to land crowd control on the Griffins, and that was all she wrote. However, in range of shrines, so screw you, Griffins. Now, if Griffins get summoned as ads for the end fight, we might have a problem. But I'm just gonna hope that doesn't happen. We'll just have to be annoyed by all the wisps and air elementals it summons. So let's see, what have we had so far? We had a big earth elemental. We had a dragon for ice. For fire, we had a fire giant. What do we think we have for air? Just generic air elemental? Maybe a Jinn? I hope it's not a Jinn that like does the whirlwind go immune thing. That would just be super annoying. Not even like the difficult kind of annoying, just like straight up annoying. Alright, we're gonna put up some resists. Sonic. Gold. Fire and lightning. And you know what? We might as well put up acid. Do I think anything's gonna cast acid at me? No. But it takes like, it costs me basically nothing to do it. Ah, Storm Giant. So he does, however, have ads that do the immunity thing. So that would be annoying if I felt threatened by them. But I don't feel threatened by him, so it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna stand here, and he's gonna not hurt me. Yeah. So this might be the easiest of them so far. Until of course he like crits me in the face and I just immediately die. But so far that hasn't been something that's happened. So as far as soloing R5 at a base level quest of this difficulty, oh, air elemental ads can have the knockdown. That's annoying. But yeah, he, that was possibly the least threatening of all the bosses. Like, there was the least...
I can't believe we did it.
How do I want to put it? The least synergy, because the Ice Dragon had adds that made you take extra frost damage. The Fire Giant had the Salamanders that make you take extra fire damage. The Earth Elemental, it's Earth, it's gonna be tank and spank. It was always gonna be tank and spank. But Air is just like, okay, so you got some guys who will occasionally knock you down, maybe. And a boss that doesn't hit very hard. Like, yeah, I'm not too concerned. Also, 5,000 Reaper XP. For 20 minutes, it's not very good. However, if you, say, wanted to do a Reaper farm, and you had a group that would split to grab the different things, and you could do it instead of 20 minutes, in, like, 5, it might be okay. Right, more heart seeds. And now, we can finally proceed to Zagatmoy.
We're going where to do what? That sounds amazing!
Alright. 5 Skull Zagatmoy. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so they did flip it. They did put the nodes before the pyramid section. This is fine. This is always going to be fine. It's basically useless, but I got it just so I could, as a prereq, to go grab some other stuff. Yep, so all that stuff falls over.
You're really good at this.
Oh, no guys over there. That's okay, these spawns have been randomized a lot before too. Alright, let's go kill the cook, assuming the cook is still here. The cook is still here. Oh, and Senshock is here. So, he's special. As long as I don't eat his big arcane thing, I'm not too worried. Kind of surprised this guy hasn't gotten crowd controlled yet. I do have crowd control on that, but looks like he's making his saves. Now, one problem here is that I might not be able to see the secret door. Oh, 2 red names in this room. Sure, why not? I did also note one other thing that is a welcome change, which will make this less deadly for people who don't have Death Ward, is that Innervate from mobs no longer puts a dot on people. So that's one huge source of danger that is no longer around. Oh, he did hit me with the big arcane blast. Just wasn't quite enough to hurt. Let's see about this guy. This guy is, of course, a lot healthier. And he hits for 700, so we're going to have to be a little bit more careful about him. Yeah, this is more what I would expect from a Temple of Elemental Evil at this difficulty. Trying to not get hit, because getting hit means I die. Hey, I dodged one. Thank you, Primal Tree. Now, I do have to be careful. I am down to 1 charge of wings. So I need to only use them if I, like, actually need them. So, like, if I can't heal. There we go. Now let's see if there's anything special for us in the red name chests. Now, one problem I think I might run into here is that I'm used to being able to see the gap, as well I'll call it, see the secret door with true seeing. Oh, what is this? Yay? So, extra what? 8d6 to 8d6 to 16d6 damage on crit. If that doesn't scale with anything, that's useless. Hi. Wait. Did I only pull those 2? Huh. Go figure. Now, one good thing about this fight is that it takes place very close to a shrine, so if you mess it up, you can, well, try. Now, the bad thing about this fight is that these guys do that triple hit thing, which means, yeah, he hits for like 600. But, if he hits for 600 3 times, right now, I would be dead. Alright, so he hits for like 400 3 times, which is a little bit easier to sober. Fortunately, we managed to rotate in some defensive cooldowns, so I was able to get some good damage in on him there. So, got him. Alright, what's in this chest? Probably, again, nothing very useful.
Isn't this the best part of adventuring?
Huh. Ram chest? Note, I can't find it. Before, this would have been revealed by True Seeing. Ah, and it's still revealed by True Seeing. The one in part 1 was not. Go. And we pick up Lost Soul for our efforts, which is nice. Okay, so the door seal key here hasn't moved. Oh, and I can't pick it up because my inventory is full. Just drop random throwing weapons. we go. And we'll head back out this way. So yeah, so it's going okay. Not like great, not terribly. And I think that's about as good as we could have hoped for, really. Well, okay, I could have hoped for like a lot of things, but my expectations were kind of set by the first part, wherein it was like, okay, so it's easier than it used to be. We're actually, as before, we're going to peek in this door over here just to see if there's an altar that we could use. Nope, mobs there, mobs there. Because it's nice if there's just like a buff altar there. But alas, 'twas not to be tonight. I don't know why I'm rebuffing. Oh, healthy bastards. Gotcha. All right. I think I can solo pull this vengeance. Go. Hopefully he didn't like buff stuff that's on the other side of that wall. Just gonna pop cooldowns here.
As you enter the lofty main hall of the Greater Temple, you see two armored clerics standing guard over its altar.
Okay, I started off targeting one, but then he walked behind a thing, so I ended up targeting the second one. This is fine. Oh, he's Flameborn, so he resists my fire stuff. This is fine. Okay, so we got some remnant chest, which is always nice. It gave me arrows, which are going to fill up my inventory. Go. So this is kind of what I expected here. Unfortunately, Great Oozes are immune to fire, so that's why they take a little bit longer to kill, because I can't just nuke things purely. Alright, so find a path to Zuggtmoy's chamber. Okay, so we still have our chest here, Potion of Wonder. Yeah, sure, why not? This is a new section that was not here before. Oh, interesting. Alright, so this is where they moved the mushroom room. Okay, there was something else in here that was debilitating spores? Is that the dot? Okay, debilitating spores is the name of the dot.
This appears to be a large shrine. An intricate room is emblazoned on a raised dais in front of the ceiling.
Alright, in we go. Alright, and we have reached where we would used to be after the elemental nodes. Alright, so that's a decent way to split it up.
This bronze door has had its magic wards removed.
The question is, of course, if I can still do the Zuggtmoy fight. And by still do, I mean I had failed on R5 before with this build.
Now's a good time to take a breather.
I think the highest I've done on this build is 4? And technically that wasn't this build because it's been reworked since I did that. So we're about to find out how I match up with the newish build and the newish Zug fight. We'll see how this goes. Just in case. So we're gonna see. Alright, approach Zuggtmoy, defeat Zuggtmoy. Got it. Alright. Are you going to spawn a cleansing shroom right here for me? You are. So they don't put on the dot as soon as before. Before, I would have already had 2 or 3 stacks of the dot by now. Oh, wait. That's interesting. Do I not need to click it anymore to get cleansed? Check that. Oh, never mind. It's gone. Aha! Okay, so just having to run next to it instead of actually click it makes that a lot easier. It means I can just kind of stand next to it.
Calling on her demonic power, Zuggtmoy prepares a devastating attack.
I think overall the damage is much lower too. Like, I should be hurting more than this. I say as she just straight up smacks me in the face for like 1,000 damage. And I'm pretty sure the spawn rate is much, much higher on the cleansing shrooms. Yeah, there's way less of a break between shrooms now. So it's way easier to keep your cleanses going. Not to say it's necessarily easy, but I'm pretty sure there used to be 3 Hezru in this wave, and now it's 2. just walk near it to dispel. I hit the wrong button there, and it almost killed me. Okay. So, I didn't put resist buffs up like an idiot, even though I know that she casts every element. So, this should be slightly easier now. I cast my resist acid. And yes, I am deliberately not hitting her right now because I wanted to get my buffs up and all. Why am I so low on health? Why do I only have 2,000 health? That seems incredibly low. Something else to look into. I wonder if, like, since the patch, I needed to, like, do something to reset my Reaper points, and I'm going without Reaper points. Because that would be messed up if I managed to succeed that way. We just want to pick off the dretches, because really what we're trying to do here is not get whittled down. So just being able to say it's like, alright, I'm not going to take random chip damage from the dretches while I'm trying to deal with the larger damage from the others. Like there. Alright, where's the numbing spores? Crippling hit is bad. You. Stop wrecking my ability to heal myself. Alright. Again, I know that one's not the champion, but I'm less concerned with making sure the champion is down and more concerned with just making sure that I have fewer things at once hitting me. Oh, got knocked down. Not as bad when there's just the one guy on me, but still not good. There we go. spores. Alright, so I'm kind of on board with not having to click. I think it makes the fight easier, but not in like a cheap way. Okay. It's not like, oh, you don't have to do mechanics anymore. It's that you still need to go cleanse your thing, but you don't need to like click on the thing. And I'm okay with that. That makes sense. Let's see if they added another phase or something, or if this is just the victory lap that we're on here. Still, she's only got 300, or well, a little short of 400,000 health. And this is R5 after all. So we're gonna see about how much longer that this helps us out. Make sure we don't die here just to being dumb. I have lots of dash charges left, so I'm not gonna get killed randomly by a big nuke. Right, so that's Zugathmoy down.
A shower of desiccated spores. Behind the twisting moon lies the demon's treasure hoard.
4,000 Reaper
Just
XP.
as in Falrinth's chambers, you find an unusually large sheet.
No named loot.
that pulses with magic power. The Demon Queen. is
26 minutes, including the Zug
the
fight.
temple destroyed and her followers scattered. It's time
That
to
seems
gather your
really low on
followers
Reaper
and
XP,
return home.
especially
You
for
should
legendary.
try to learn more about the magical sheets you found.
Like base Reaper XP 1,000 and total Reaper XP 4,000. Like total XP 85, base XP 29. So about 4 times, a little less than 4 times. And Reaper XP is supposed to be multiplied in legendary content. I wonder if they didn't flag it as legendary properly, so you don't get legendary XP from it. I'd have to like actually do the calculation though, and I'm not going to do that right now. Alright, so that is Zugathmoy down. Okay, and I am at lower health now, so my Reaper points are having an effect. Though I thought they would have had more effect, so I am above that, so I'm uncapped. So that should be 8 times 44 is 350-ish. So 360 plus 180. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that works out. For some reason I thought I'd have higher health, but I guess I was wrong. And yeah, that's here, returning this part. And no particular reward. No no elemental evil neck. Oh, what? Double reward? Okay. Okay, a little weird. Okay, so that was the second half of the Temple of Elemental Evil in the new way that they've done things, which is interesting, to say the least. The different nodes, I liked how there is a little bit more guidance and it's not as RNG based. Some of the bosses could use a little work. The fire giant aggroing without his ads was a thing. The earth elemental not aggroing until after you killed all of his ads. I don't know if that's deliberate or that's a bug. The ice dragon, I'd have no real complaints about. It's a pretty healthy ass dragon, and it's a healthy ass dragon. But there is one thing I wanted to check before we wrap up stream, is I want to pull open an older video, and let's check how much health Zuggotmoy had at there we go. Part 2. R6. Stop. Let's put this where y'all can see it. Come on, OBS, behave yourself. Window capture. I want Really? You can't see it? Fine. Fine. Be that way. There's me! And me. So, let's give it a quick look. When are we targeting Zuggotmoy? There. Okay, so this was an R5 attempt. She had 269,000 health. So Zuggotmoy, in the more recent version, which we did just now, had just shy of 400,000. So she is significantly healthier. I feel like the damage was more manageable. I'm not sure why exactly that is. The waves of ads, I believe, got easier, because if we want to jump forward here, it's going to be hard to find the exact spot just trying to trace through this. Yeah, you can see that this wave, which is when she was over half health, so this is the second wave, you can see that that had 3 Hezru in it before, and this time it only had 2. So the waves of ads have gotten smaller. The rate of respawn of the mushrooms to cleanse your dot is faster. You don't have to click them anymore to remove it, you just need to walk near them, which I think is a nice quality of life, like having to spam interact. It's not like you had to channel on them before, you just had to click, so that, I think, makes it easier, but in a way that's reasonable. It's like a convenience thing. Like, you still have to run over to them. You just don't have to, like, tab target onto them. And yeah, like, there's a... I'm pretty sure this guy had less health, though. This guy used to be ridiculously healthy. But yeah, Zug did have, it looks like, 270k. Now, I would have expected her health to go up, given that the quest went up 4 levels. It's now 36 instead of 32. On Reaper, that is. But a lot of other stuff health didn't go up. Like the trash has between 12 and 17k, depending on if it's like a caster or like the healthiest melee. That's still the case. The trash doesn't hit as hard as it used to. So that makes some things easier. And yeah, that's basically it. There's not a lot different there. And yeah, so I do have a video up on YouTube going over the differences in part 1 of then, you know, the first half of the newly split part 1 of the Temple of Elemental Evil. Going over some basic gameplay. It's got R1 footage because I didn't put the R5 footage in, but it goes over some of the differences, where the new runes are defined, some general thoughts, and it covers the patch notes, of course, that made all these changes, and some of my predictions. So you will, if you watch that, you'll see if what you saw tonight with the Zagathmoy fight is in line with what I predicted. So that's always a fun thing. And yeah, that'll be all actually for tonight. So we will. Oh wow, I'm just seeing how. But this video was like super oversaturated. Look how red that is. That's ridiculously red. Compare. This is more like what it actually looks like. So yes, we fixed our camera a little bit. So yes, that was Temple of Elemental Evil. All of the 5 new ones. Oh, and since someone asked earlier about something being faster or not, you do only have to do the node quests once to flag for the Zagathmoy part. We could head right back in onto Zagathmoy again without having to do the 4 flaggers. So you do have to do all 4 flaggers before you go in. You can probably red door it. I didn't check because I wasn't in a party. But we did have to do all 4 before we could accept the quest to kill Zagathmoy. But now that we've done it once, we can just go in again at our leisure. So we are going to switch over to this one. As soon as it decides to detect that I have it open. Thank you very much, OBS. And since that will end our stream for the night, we're just about on time. Let us find ourselves a raid target. Who all is on DDO? Let's see, Nimvind is on, Newsky is on. Oh, Tolzamar is on. I haven't been on in a while, so let's go see what Tolzamar is up to, shall we? Where is my dashboard? Dashboard. Oh, Tolzamar is here and about to attempt to raid me. Well, then let's pick someone. Well, it currently says I only have 2 viewers, so if it's just you and me, then I don't think my raid is gonna do someone else any good. Okay, well, I guess I'm not raiding tonight, which is fine. Perhaps next time I shall find a raid target that is not immediately going offline and that I will have enough people to toss them. So, Tolzamar, if you're still here, or if there is anyone else here who is, of course, not showing up in viewer counts, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the intent to raid, even though I am finishing stream for the night. But we will be back on tomorrow. I'm not sure if it will be DDO or not, but we'll see. So thank you all for stopping by, and